With Thanksgiving right around the corner, there is no better way to bring it in than with the UIL.
Are we not live?
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
So try getting closer to the mic.
And then lightning should be them. Test it again.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Rise for the national anthem.
What about me? Am I good?
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
With Thanksgiving right around the corner, there is no better way to bring it in than with the Texas UIL High School Football Playoffs, as two teams that won the area championship last year, 2021, get set to face off for that very title. It's the Eastwood Troopers versus the Byron Nelson Bobcats on Friday Night Lights. Christian Salazar, Sebastian Perez Navarro, an honor to be with you tonight on the Eastwood Performance Athletics Network. We get set to kick off. Byron Nelson will receive. The Eastwood Troopers will kick. Christian Salazar, hopes and expectations for the game.
You know, hopes and expectations are very high for each of these teams. High scoring game, good defensive too. A lot of passing, a lot of running. As Byron Nelson, they're very good passing game and running game. But Eastwood, they're coming in here to try to get a victory tonight. But it's going to be a tough try for them.
Obviously, we know the greatest season ever in Eastwood football history was last season when they won the by-district champion. They won the area championship, and they made it to regionals. But now they tried to recapture their title as we are off. It's time for Friday Night Lights. The Byron Nelson Bobcats will receive. We know they're a high-powering offense. Christian, who can we look out for?
You know, we could look out for number 2, Aaron Darden, senior running back. He's been doing amazing things on the field, just a strong, agile running back. He could do a lot of things, and the Trooper defense really has to look out for him.
The Bobcats have scored 566 total points, and here they come. We'll get to see them first today in this UIL area championship game.
Number 11, Jake Moose back.
2 to the right, 2 to the left.
Starting quarterback.
See if they can set the tempo on the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Movement at the line early. I see yellow flying, but Darden gets a good start. Darden past the 40, the 45, firing close to the 50-yard line, and Aaron Darden gets off to a good beat. First down, Bobcats.
Seeing already for the Troopers, they just gave up a big run to Aaron Darden. That's definitely something you don't want to do, especially on the first play of the game. They're definitely going to need to get a stop on this possession here.
They need to look out for him. He has 133.5 rushing yards per game and 29 total touchdowns. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Jake Wilson remains at center. Wilson takes it. They're going to hand it off. Aaron Darden looking for the hole. Aaron Darden is past midfield. And Christian, I can't help but look at Jake Wilson and see he has no sleeves on. And we know it's cold, it's frigid, and it's windy here in Midland, Texas. As we stated before the game, the current degrees is 37. Cloudy, windy. Christian, how harsh are these conditions?
You know, they're very harsh. It's going to be a lot harder to throw the ball. It's going to be harder to catch a ball if you're a receiver. So right here, you're looking for a lot of runs, especially by Aaron Darden. The Troopers just really need to look out for that.
They're not going to run it this time. Wilson looking, firing, deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Intended for Landon Ransom, and it'll bring up second down and 5.
Michael Cardera.
Brought down by the Troopers. Second down and medium. Christian, do you want to keep running it or keep doing what you do on third down and 5?
You know, they just need to do what's working for them. Right now, the run game is doing very good with Aaron Darden. If it was up to me, I would just do that. The Troopers, they given up 2 big runs by him. That's just me, though.
Jake Wilson at center. Big third down. Cheerleaders giving it all they got. Wilson's going to take it. Faking. Wilson dropping back. Looking. Firing inside. That's complete. And going for more is Gavin McCurley. McCurley gets the first down and moves the chains for the Byron Nelson Bobcats. Gavin McCurley averaging 89.7 yards per game and 10 touchdowns. Looking to maybe make it 11 during this drive.
You know, and Troopers just gave up a big third down conversion. They really needed to stop them on that play to try to get their momentum in their favor. However, Byron Nelson is just marching down with everything that they have right now to try to get a touchdown.
Byron Nelson wants to set the pace off early. Gavin McCurley, he had a day last week against Boswell. As that pass to the outside to Gavin McCurley is complete. Gained big yards. Gavin McCurley, he had himself a day against Boswell last week as he had 5 touchdown receptions and 188 yards. Christian, can we see him again go so far as he did last week?
You know, we definitely can. The Trooper defense, they need to just get stops on him, though. They need to play tight defense. They just need to do everything in their power to stop him.
The Byron Nelson Bobcats have been coming down with power. Second down. Wilson takes it. He's going to roll out. He's going to hand it up the middle. And that run goes nowhere by Aaron Darden. Very, very short gain.
Third down and 4 right now. The Troopers desperately need to stop to try to get the momentum in their favor.
They're at the 26-yard line. A little over 10 minutes to go. Third down for the Eastwood Troopers. See what type of game this is going to be. They can't let them convert those 4 pesky little yards. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Aaron Darden is to the right of Wilson. Takes it, snap high. Wilson dropping back. Here comes pressure. He's going to get rid of it, and that one is incomplete to the outside. And Gavin McCurley couldn't come down with it. Looks like the wind got to that ball. Christian, break it down.
You know, basically the Trooper D-line, they just came rushing at quarterback Jake Wilson. They got a lot of pressure in his face. Unfortunately for them, they stopped Byron Nelson from getting a first down. However, it appears that they're going for it on 4th and short. So you wonder if the Troopers are going to be able to stop him right here because they desperately need this.
Jaden Serrano brought the pressure. See if he could bring it again. Here we go, Christian. 4th down and 4. Byron Nelson came to play aggressive. It's cold, but it doesn't matter. Wilson takes it, looking, firing, McCurley's direction. No flags, and it won't be good. It'll be a turnover on downs. The Bobcats turn it over, and it'll be a Trooper first down.
You know, it's very crucial that the Troopers got that stop right there. It sets the pace early. If they march down and get a touchdown, it will just boost the energy and momentum. It'll get everybody hyped up, the band, the cheerleaders, the parents, Everybody's just excited for the Troopers' offensive possession right here.
And here we go. We talked about Evan Minhades' big game moments last week against San Angelo Central, but this one, possibly the biggest game of his young career. He's going to take it, he's going to run it. We've seen this all season long, and no one's going to stop it. Evan Minhades pushing bodies past the 40, close to the 45-yard line.
You know, I feel like we're going to see a lot of that today, Sebastian. Evan Minhades, he likes to keep the ball, get lots of yards off it. And it's something that really works out for the Troopers, and it's just something that they are able to get a lot of yards off of.
He's had almost 1,000 rushing yards before the game, 995 rush yards throughout the entire season and the postseason. That just put him over 1,000. That run to the outside, a good yardage on that. Evan Minhades, he had a great performance last week where he put up 6 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 8 total touchdowns, and he was nominated for Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week. And as they state, that's the most prestigious award you can receive in Texas high school football. Minhades takes it, looks it. He is going to toss it in Mancia's direction. Mancia is tripped up before he can reach the 50-yard line at the 49, and it brings up 3rd down.
You know, Sebastian, Max Mancia, he's definitely a guy that the Byron Nelson Bobcats have to look out for. As last week against San Angelo Central, he had 3 touchdowns, and, you know, he's just looking to match that same expectations.
Trying to push, and he's not going to get there. It brings up a 4th down for the Eastwood Troopers, and now, Christian, the Bobcats went for it. Do you go for it here?
You know, I don't think you do. You're in midfield right now. If you don't get the 1st down conversion, it's going to be very easy for the Bobcats to march down and get a touchdown. However, I believe they are going for it on 4th down. They trust their defense if they don't get a 1st down right here.
Well, Christian, I don't see them moving. Evan Minhades remains at center. I saw movement. Minhades is going to take it. Minhades is going to run. It's going to be close. He got there.
You know, I definitely did see movement at the line. No call, however, but fortunately for the Troopers, they were able to get the 1st down.
At the 47-yard line. It'll be a new set of down for the Eastwood Troopers. Will this be a high-scoring game, Christian, or is it going to be more played for the defensive side?
You know, I really hope it is a high-scoring game. They're sometimes fun to watch, even if it's a blowout. But I feel like right now, the way it's going, it might be a heavily defensive game.
The Troopers are coming in with 8 straight wins, looking to make it 9. Hand it off to Mancia. Mancia cutting to the outside. Mancia is going to be stopped on his tracks. Good solid yardage, but brought down by Owen Flores. Brings up 2nd down. Mancia gets the start. We've seen Chanowski get the start mostly this season. However, Mancia has been one to carry the game throughout. Max Mancia with 685 yards through the game, through the ground, 6 touchdowns in the regular season, and he had 3 total touchdowns last week. All of those came from passing from Evan Minhades. We saw that dominant combination as this one given to Mancia. Mancia trying to make cuts, and it'll be a 3rd down.
You know, already another 3rd down play where they need to get the 1st down, try to get a score. Hopefully for them, they could get it. We'll see right here.
3rd down, and it's not going to be pretty. 3rd down with 7 to go. Mancia is to the left. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Curtis Murillo has yet to have targets. He has them in motion. Minhades dropping back. Here comes the pressure. Able to get it off to Mancia. Mancia's past the 40, past the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20. Mancia is gone. Close past the 5, but he won't get it to the end zone.
You know, it's definitely something that the Troopers needed. Now they're at the 1-yard line, and they're trying to hurry up and get a touchdown out of this really quick.
They want to hurry up. They want to keep the momentum. They just got warm, Christian. They don't want to get cold once again. Minhades is going to take it up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. Minhades scores, and he scores early. Troopers on top, 6-0.
You know, and already the Troopers, they got to stop defensively. They got to turn over on downs with the Byron Nelson Bobcats. And right now, they just march down for the 1st touchdown of the game. They're trying to set the pace, keep the momentum in their favor. Hopefully for them, they could do that.
Byron Nelson has been dominant, but the Troopers are also saying, don't underestimate us. We don't care that they're number 10 ranked in Texas. Jesus Garcia up for the extra point, and even with the win, it's good. 7-0, Troopers lead early.
7-0.
All right, Christian. The Troopers have been nothing short of dominant at home. Going 6-0 is scoring a combined 285 points when they're at Trooper Stadium. But on the road, it's been a different story. Their only 2 losses have come on the road, as they lost against South Lake Carroll at Dragon Stadium, and they lost against Pebble Hills at the SAC. With this being a neutral setting, does it change that dynamic?
You know, it definitely does. You have home fans from each side. You know, there's not a lot of cheering going on from the opposing team. It kind of helps you out a bit, doesn't get in your head too much. But you still also have your home fans here on the other side who are cheering you on, and just kind of boosts you up, and it gives you more energy to play the game correctly.
The Bobcats are going to get another shot at it. The Troopers came in. They went for on 4th down twice, and they got them both. Off to kick it off for the Eastwood Troopers. All right, Christian, let's talk weather. How is it affecting these players currently at the moment? We're at 37 degrees, it's cloudy, it's windy, and the sun isn't helping as that would take it in short, and they're going to give the Bobcats really good field position. Not a decision you want to make. Wow, they tried to surprise them, but it fails, and it'll put the Bobcats right at the 48-yard line.
You know, Sebastian, you're able to make that mistake, though. You're by possession. You already stopped them once. You stopped them on 4th when it was crucial for them, so good job by them. But you're definitely right. You don't want to give them the ball at midfield.
See how it works out for the Eastwood Troopers. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats. Christian, how is the weather affecting the players, or how will it affect the players as we go throughout the game? As we are currently at 37 degrees here in Midland, Texas, live from J.M. King Stadium.
You know, I'm sure lots of players are feeling numbness in their body. The quarterbacks are not going to be able to throw the ball as easily. The receivers aren't going to be able to catch it. Almost intercepted.
Firing to the outside is Jake Wilson, trying to connect with Landon Ransom, but it falls incomplete. The Troopers have been playing great tight defense.
You know, they definitely have. They stopped them on the Byron Nelson's first possession, where it definitely wasn't easy for them, as this Byron Nelson offense is just very strong, and they're really good at scoring, is the easiest way to put it.
Jake Wilson trying to get his groove. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Wilson is going to take it. He's going to give it up the middle to their star running back, making a cut and getting the 1st down and more. Showing off the moves is Aaron Darden, and showing why he's number 17 in total touchdowns in Texas.
You know, definitely a high accomplishment for them. The Trooper defense definitely need to look out for them, whether it's running or passing on the play action.
These little cuts show that he can score points, and while there was no points scored, he's still doing well. Aaron Darden is someone to definitely look out for tonight, as we have the chilly conditions, and that may affect the passing game. 1st down. Wilson takes it, hands it up the middle, able to make another cut. Now moving toward the outside. Darden is almost gone to the end zone. Gets close to the 10-yard line, but stopped, but not before gaining big yardage for the 1st down. The Bobcats getting their mojo back.
You know, they definitely are. The Trooper defense, they're looking a bit sloppy right now, not being able to make easy stops. You know, hopefully for them, they'll be able to stop something right here, get something going defensively. We'll see.
The only time they've really struggled this season is when they lost to South Lake Carroll in a district matchup. That score was 38-23. That was the reason why they're number 2 in their district. Wilson set to take it 3 to the right, gonna fake it, looking to the outside corner of the end zone, leaping grab is Landon Ransom, and count it, touchdown, Bobcats.
On a flag on the play, most likely unsportsmanlike conduct by Landon Ransom. You know, that's something you definitely don't want to do for your team, showing sportsmanlike conduct. It shows that you're not really trained mentally, and you have
maybe possibly it's just a little bit of excitement got to him, the feeling got to him, but you still can't do that because it just shows unsynchronization, and it can be it can lose momentum for your team.
You know, definitely can't, Sebastian. It shows the coaches that, you know, even though he scored, he's not helping his team in any favor.
Could say undisciplined maybe. Here comes the extra point. Gonna back him up due to the flag.
Line up for the long PAT.
It'll be a long point after attempt, Christian. See if he can make it even with the wind.
Gavin McCurdy, the holder.
The snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good! Able to knock it down, and we're all tying up 7-7.
With 4 minutes and 54 seconds.
You know, already just like that, both the teams have a score. With that, it's pretty much a 0-0 game. Both teams still trying to come back from this.
And at the blink of an eye, over half of the first quarter has already passed. We stand at the 4-minute, 54-second match here at J.M. King Memorial Stadium, home of the Greenwood Rangers.
Number 67, Justin McKenzie.
All right, Christian, now the Bobcats able to tie it up. They are one of the factors of small town football at its finest. The Bobcats are coming from Trophy Club, Texas. Population 13,745. This is one of the prime places for Texas high school football. They made the playoffs in 2009, 2011, 2013, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2020, and 2021. That is for a team that barely existed since 2009. And they were area champions in 2021, as well as the Eastwood Troopers. Now, the loss to South Lake Carroll is the reason why they rank second in the district, but what is the rally behind the Bobcats?
You know, just a lot of energy. Guys really wanting to win football, trying to put their high school team on the radar. You know, they're just trying to do everything to their best possibility, and they're doing a good job of that so far.
Troopers will take it in. It'll be first down. See if Minhadas in the offense can respond. All right, Christian. So we talked about this neutral setting, but how much will it play a factor in the losing of the student section for the Eastwood Troopers?
You know, you definitely don't have that same energy that you do on home. However, you don't have the opposing crowd. Not a lot of people on the opposing crowd to just boo you and do whatever. But fortunately for the Troopers, they were able to score on their first possession, as it didn't seem to play a big factor to them.
Coach Lopez did give credit to the student section through social media at the end of the season. That one taken in up the middle by Evan Minhadas goes for big yardage and then moving in the chains. Trooper first down. Are we going to see a lot of runs with Minhadas as we've seen all throughout the season?
You know, I definitely think we are. Not a lot of throwing, especially with the weather conditions. It's cold. It's going to be harder to catch the ball. And they just want to get yards, try to keep the game at a slower pace. Just try to do anything that works out for them.
This is one of the games, Christian, where you want to make sure you control the ball at all times. As that one taken in by Murillo. Murillo past the 40 and another first down. Back-to-back puts them at the 36-yard line.
El Paso Eastwood Troopers.
We didn't see Murillo get involved a lot last playoff game. Christian, reasons for that?
You know, just not a lot of targets in general. He was dropping a good amount of catches. However, the defense on him was amazing, as I'm sure the San Angelo Central people, they were looking at him very well, and they covered him very well. But they still got the win, so that's all that matters.
In the pocket alone, he's going to take it up, cutting to the outside. Solid yardage, takes him past the 35-yard line to the 34. They haven't been able to stop him, Christian. This is one of the things you need to look at while scouting, while planning ahead for your opponent. But Minhadas has still been able to turn on the wheels against him, Christian. Bobcats have not been ready for Evan Minhadas' relentless attack. Curtis Murillo in motion. Minhadas takes it. He's going to have time. Here comes pressure. He's got to get rid of it. Tosses it up to the outside. And it's out of the area of play. Incomplete. And it'll be third down. All right, Christian, so 7 to go for the first down. Evan Minhadas remains under center. Max Mancia, the running back. Jace Molden in motion.
You know, they converted on third down once. I think they could do it against Sebastian. It's 3rd and 7.
They're not scared to go for it on fourth, but right now they need a pesky 7 to go. Murillo in motion. We see Molden. Molden hasn't gone in action. See if he is entered in the game. Minhadas is going to take it. Minhadas is going to be pushed down, but not before getting the first, showing why he got a recruiting offer from New Mexico Highland University, located in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Evan Minhadas among the 3 players who all received offers from the university. The other 2 were Jace Molden, senior, and Noah Bedina, the junior offensive lineman. Gonna hand it off to Max Mancia. Max Mancia looks like he was gonna go to the outside, but makes a cut back to the inside. And while he is still up, still finding he won't get to the first down, flag flies.
You know, we see the Trooper offense relying heavily on Max Mancia. The Byron Nelson Bobcats, I'm sure they're going to be looking out for all the runs by him, try to stop him to the best of their ability.
Moving back, Christian, we got the back of the Bobcats. We can't stay student section, but possibly fan section here in the Cowbells ring for the Bobcats. But now the Troopers have to move back. J.M. King Memorial Stadium, while is a small stadium, only being able to fit 3,769 people, it is still a beautiful stadium, and we have this section split up. We got placed in the Bobcat section. However, on the other side, we have the Trooper section with the Trooper band. Reminds a little bit of soccer, which, speaking of soccer, the World Cup does start in a little under 3 days. Minhares to take it. That one's low. That one's fumbled in the ground, but Mancia able to get back on it, and he's going to be hit hard on the first down, make it 2nd and long.
Gain of about 1 yard. Max Mancia trying to fight a hole. Fortunately for them, even though they fumbled, they were able to recover it easily. Don't give up a turnover. That's definitely a positive out of that situation.
Janowski has not played any snap at running back. However, Nate Gomez is in as a receiver. He usually plays defensive back. We don't see him in as receiver much.
As the first quarter is coming down to a close with 2 minutes left.
Officially under. Steps up, now stepping back. Looking, firing to the outside Carrera's direction, and that's going to be broken up and incomplete.
You know, that was a play we saw a lot last week where Evan Minhares, he fakes the scramble and Max Mancia goes upfield. We saw that work for them 3 times where they got 3 touchdowns out of it. However, right there, I'm sure the Bobcats looked at that play very well and they covered it very well.
Both Jace Molden and Michael Carrera were in the area. However, broken up by Nathan Bowe. Great tight defense brings up 3rd down with 18 to go.
You know, I hear if you're the Bobcats, I'm sure you're looking to Curtis Murillo.
Minhares stepping back, looking, firing Jace Molden's direction, and Molden comes up with an incredible catch to possibly move the chains. We have to wait for the signal to wait if he got there, but he brought that in with one arm and moved the chains. It goes, the arm moves, Troopers hyped up.
That was an incredible catch by Jace Molden, even with one hand only and with all the pressure on him. Good job getting the first down on him and keeping this Trooper offensive possession alive.
Fun fact about Molden, he also plays basketball, and Felix Chavez, El Paso Times sports reporter, called him one of the basketball players to watch out for in Eastwood, and there he shows why he is the ultimate athlete. That one taken in for a short gain, makes it 2nd down. Christian, what is the duality of these athletes who don't only play 2 positions in, let's say, football, but play multiple sports like football or basketball, as shown with tight end Jace Molden?
You know, they're very talented. They put in the time to both sports. They try to do the best of their ability, and fortunately for him, he's been doing good things by that.
High snap, Minhares is going to take it. Minhares is going to run it up the middle. Minhares is going to be pushed, but not before getting the first down at the 5-yard line. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar, the first quarter winding down. 7-7 we stand, and it looks like we're in for a classic right before Thanksgiving.
Byron Nelson, 5-yard line.
Right at the 5. Minhares, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to hand it up. Max Mancia with 3 touchdowns, but this time he goes nowhere. Taken down, not able to go forward. Liam Scullin was on it. Loss of 1.
Max Mancia on the carry.
Max Mancia, he hasn't been able to find his groove or his mojo throughout the game. Unlike other games where he's gotten out to a fast pace, how can he find that groove, Christian?
You know, he just has to do the simple things, what's working for him, just trying to find open holes, find gaps in the line, just try to get anything going for his team. We saw early on the Troopers' first possession, he was able to march down and get them at the 1-yard line, which led to their touchdown. But he's just trying to replicate that same thing and just get something going for this Trooper offense.
End of the first quarter, officially 7-7. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar, bringing you all the action from Purser Field at J.M. King Memorial Stadium for this 2022 Area Championship. Right before Thanksgiving. Christian, we're in for a good one. The 5-hour drive's looking worth it every single minute.
You know, it definitely is, Sebastian. A lot of these people here, they're excited. Even though they had to travel a good amount of ways, you know, they're still supporting their team, the band, the cheerleaders, the parents, even students. You know, they're just trying to help out their team to the best of their ability.
Christian, we were walking around the stadium before kickoff, and we did see a good amount of people with Trooper gear, showing that these fans don't only exist in El Paso, but they go support their team anywhere they play.
You know, and that's just what football is all about, supporting your team, just trying to help them out. You know, you don't want to discourage them if there's not a lot of people showing up, and you may not see it at first, but it just helps out so much.
All right, Christian, we see a lot of people with hoodies and warm weather as it's the start of the second quarter. 7-7 is the score. Minhares had to take the snap. Minhares takes it. Janowski finally in as running back, but Minhares can't find the spacing, and he'll be taken down. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Nelson,
Good 3-yard gain. Make it 3rd and goal. Trying to get a touchdown here. See, even if they don't get it right here on 3rd down, Sebastian, I do believe they will go for it on 4th. We saw earlier they stopped them on their first possession. They stopped the Bobcats on their first possession, but on the second possession, they weren't able to stop them. But however, you do have to keep in mind that the Bobcats had it at midfield at that possession.
Chanowski being subbed out. In comes Evan Macias. Michael Carrera currently lined up as the back. Molden Macias to your right. Gomez and Murillo to the left. Rolling out is Minhares. Minhares tosses it into the end zone. Molden's direction, and he came down with it. Molden's got a touchdown. Troopers on top. Somebody say Eastwood touchdown.
And already 2 big plays by Jace Molden, getting the 3rd and long for it to keep the possession alive, and right here getting a touchdown, even with a lot of pressure in Evan Minhares' face. Good job to get the ball out of his hands on that play.
Jace Molden had a big touchdown for the Eastwood Troopers last week that put them up 61-49 and ultimately sealed the victory up for the Eastwood Troopers over the San Angelo Central Bobcats, making them by-district champions, and he's looking to make more noise this week. Troopers on top. Officially 14-7, the extra point is good by Jesus Garcia. Christian, the Bobcats are struggling. That's something that Texas teams are used to seeing.
You know, definitely right. You're used to seeing good defense from this Bobcat. However, the Troopers, they're trying to stop that streak. They're trying to do whatever they can offensively to just come out victorious with the win.
Bobcats looking to get it together. The Eastwood Troopers looking to continue momentum. Christian, if the Troopers were to pull off the possibly one of the biggest upsets in UIL Texas playoffs this season, what would it mean for the team going forward?
You know, it's just going to help out that momentum so much. Everybody back home at El Paso, they're going to be loving it, cheering them on when they get back. And hopefully for future games, if they do win, the parents and everybody will continue to travel with the team and just boost them up and keep that energy going throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Jesus Garcia set to kick it away.
Jesus Garcia back to kick.
Hearing the cowbells ring, looking at the El Paso degree weather. Currently El Paso's at 45 degrees. Here in Midland we're at 36. So drastically different, but still having a good time.
Carries the ball up to the
Bobcats are going to take it in. Jake Wilson looking to get back on it. What do the Bobcats need to improve on?
You know, they just need to improve on passing game. You know, they got a touchdown earlier with wide receiver. Sorry. They got a touchdown earlier with one of their wide receivers. They did good on that. However, their first possession, they weren't very successful. They got stopped on 4th down. And the Troopers, they're just trying to stop them right here on defense.
Landon Ransom was the one that had the touchdown earlier. Looking to get back on it currently at Trophy Club, Texas. It is 40 degrees. So out of the 3 cities that are in effect, Midland is the coldest. Jake Wilson takes it up to the 50-yard line. Big gain and possibly more yardage to come for the Byron Nelson Bobcats.
for Eastwood. Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Not used to seeing them struggle like this. Many Texas teams used to seeing them put on big points. Wilson takes it. He's going to give it right up the middle. Past the 50. Darden is trying to push. And it's going to be enough for the first down. No, it won't. It'll bring up 3rd down. Yes, they do. Move the chains. First down by Renelson Bobcats.
Not very clear signal there by the officials, but the Bobcats were able to get the first down.
Ball placed at the El Paso Eastwood 48-yard line.
Darden remains 3 to the right, 1 to the left. First down at the 48. Wilson takes it, hands it up, right up the middle. Darden making a move. Darden past the 40, the 35, and diving his way to the 30-yard line. He won't get exactly there, but he's close, right at the 33-yard line.
And
First down, Bobcats.
Andres Solis with the shoestring tackle. You know, that's something he needed. They didn't allow him to get the score. Hopefully for the Troopers, they could try to get a stop right here as the play's called dead. Timeout most likely. taken by the Troopers, trying to talk it over on defense, trying to talk the strategy.
El Paso Eastwood.
Timeout taken by the Eastwood Troopers. Need to take a breather. So with everyone here with the cold weather, we're seeing a lot of onesies. Christian, I'm pretty sure I see a rhinoceros on the stands. But Christian, what are some ways you can warm up?
El Paso Eastwood.
You know, one of the ways you can warm up is by a blanket drive we were having over at El Paso. The boys and girls basketball team are fundraising for a blanket drive. You know, if you find any basketball coaches at Eastwood, hand them a blanket and say it's for the blanket drive.
The Brandon the Boot Be Strong Blanket Drive is the name of the charitable foundation. To know where the blankets are going to. Byron Nelson, Bobcats, first down and 10. Wilson takes it, dropping back. Wilson fires deep down the middle. That one is complete. Miss at the tackle. Past the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Byron Nelson and Bobcats. And just like that, we are very close to tying it up. Drayden Gorman able to take it all the way into the end zone.
You know, already the Bobcats are trying to make it a tie game, trying to stay in this game, keep the momentum and energy alive for their crowd here. The Troopers not looking good on stopping them. They stopped them on the first possession, however, it's just going downhill for the defense right now.
Pierce Dolan on to kick the extra point. Made the one that was very long last drive due to the penalty on the Byron Nelson Bobcats. This one is up and good for short. We're tied 14-14 with under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar coming to you all the way from Midland, Texas for this area championship game. All right, Christian, so we know the Troopers are coming off a historic season as they won their first ever area championship last year. But they look to go further and even make possible history, as no El Paso team has ever won a UIL state championship, as the closest team in recent history are the 2014 Canutillo Eagles, who made it all the way to the 4th round in Class 5A Division II before being eliminated by the Ennis Lions, who would go on to win the whole thing. They look to join a 1976 Trooper basketball team with a victory and a Texas state championship there at Eastwood High School. What would it mean to have another state champion in the Eastwood community?
You know, it will bring a lot of attention to El Paso and Eastwood. You know, that's something you want, the spotlight. It puts a light on the crowd and it shows everything. As there's an onside kick recovered by the Troopers, fortunately for them.
Troopers get back on it. Another onside. We saw the last one, it failed, but this time it's good and the Troopers get possession back. They want to start the onslaught early and they want to start it now, Christian. Aiden Huante able to get back on it. Troopers will have another possession.
You know, as I was saying though, if you win the state championship, it just puts so much spotlight and just helps out the community and the organizations in El Paso and at Eastwood. And it's just something positive all around.
Troopers able to pounce back on the onside kick. Hand it off Max Macia, cut to the outside, and he is going to be stuffed, nowhere to go, and that's a trend we've seen all day. Christian, the Troopers haven't been able to start the running game at all.
You know, they did on their first offensive possession. However, for them, it's just been going downhill since. I think they need to rely a bit more on the passing game right now. As we saw, Jace Molden got a big gain of yardage when they passed it to him. Maybe looking for similar things.
Looking to get more points. Michael Carrera on the right, 3 to the left. Minhad is under center. They're going to fake it. Looking, throwing, Murillo's direction, and that one tip will complete to Molden. Molden past the 30, pushing all the way to the 25-yard line and gets inside. So very close to the red zone, and something that could have turned out really bad turns out in a long possession and a first down for the Eastwood Troopers.
You know, that was some awesome field awareness by Jace Molden. You know, fortunately for him, he saw Curtis Murillo drop the pass, but fortunately for him, it bounced into his hands and he was able to march down and get a first down. Boosting all the momentum and the energy for the Eastwood side.
Molden wasn't part of the game plan last week until late in the game, where he had the game-sealing touchdown, and this one taken in by Evan Minhades moves the chains for the first down. But now this time, Jace Molden is having an effect on the game early, Christian.
You know, he definitely is coming up with big plays. We saw the third down conversion earlier and the only passing touchdown for the Troopers right now. You know, the Byron Nelson Bobcats, they're stopping Max Muncy on the running game. However, I can't say the same thing for Evan Minhades.
Confusion at the line. Minhades looking to his sideline. No timeout will be taken. Play clock at 7. Minhades takes it. Looking, firing to the outside of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Good tight defense was being played on Jace Molden. Owen Flores was playing close and able to bat it down and cause an incompletion.
Definitely would have been a hard ball to catch. Fortunately for them, it's only second down, and you could still get a first down right here, even though you're so close to the end zone.
Janowski in as running back. So far, Chanowski has 519 rush yards, 5 touchdowns. He had 2 last week and 57 total tackles, as we've seen him more as a middle linebacker. Minhades takes it, dropping back, looking, throwing Janowski's direction, and that one is dropped and brings up a third down. Christian, we have the senior and junior dynamic. How's the tandem been so far between Janowski and Mancia?
You know, it's been really good. They're both getting good amount of snaps. And, you know, they're both people you could easily rely on for the ground game. You know, they're able to get a lot of yards and get a good amount of touchdowns.
3rd and 10 for the Eastwood Troopers. They were able to get the onside kick that was kicked by the Bobcats back in their possession, but now looking to come away with a touchdown and not just 3. Minhades takes it, looking to the outside corner of the end zone, Murillo's direction. We saw this with Molden, and the same outcome occurs as it's incomplete, but this time it brings up a Trooper 4th down.
You know, Sebastian, I don't really know why they went to the end zone. You could have gotten the first down, try to get it, at least get a bit closer to try to go for it on 4th, as they're just going to kick a field goal. Try to get up 17-14.
Christian, what's going to be the factor in this game? Is it going to be more kicking the 3 points, kicking the field goals, or do you need touchdowns in order to come out as the victor?
You know, I think you need touchdowns, Sebastian. You definitely don't see a lot of field goals in high school football.
Jesus Garcia able to get it through the middle. The Troopers lead 17-14. As no, it is no good, and the Bobcats got back on it.
See, Sebastian, because then that's another factor you have to keep in mind. If you miss the field goal, it's just going to demoralize your team, and it's going to boost the Bobcat side to try to come down and score. It's just not going to be healthy for your team at all.
The PA announcer had the entire stadium fooled, and possibly the Trooper fans into thinking they had the lead for just 1 second, but now it's all tied up. 14-14, we stay. Byron Nelson is going to take over. Jake Wilson, he was able to get his mojo back, his groove back, and Jake Wilson showing why he was also nominated for Mr. Texas Football Player of the Week after last week's performance against Boswell in the bi-district round. Wilson looking, firing to the outside, and there was pass interference by the defense there, Christian. There's no neglecting it.
You know, there definitely was, Sebastian. He pulled him down to the ground. Not a play you want to give up.
Not a penalty you want to give up at all, as Rudy Garcia was the one who brought the pressure, brought the man down, and it'll move the chains. It'll result in a new set down for the Byron Nelson Bobcats.
Definitely not a penalty you want to give up, especially when you have the Bobcats back so far in their own territory.
Roman Laguana was the man on the coverage. Brings up first down for the Bobcats. Jake Wilson ended the season with 34 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and a 148 quarterback rate, as now he looks to throw that one complete, trying to go for more room past the 50, the 45, and finally pushed out of bounds before reaching the 40-yard line is Landon Ransom. Jake Wilson had 6 total touchdowns in the win against Boswell last week, and he looks to replicate that magic with also 405 passing yards. Will the defense let him run through the Troopers as he did through Boswell, Christian?
You know, they couldn't. We don't really know so far. We saw in the first possession they were able to stop them very well. However, since then they can't stop them, and they're not coming up with anything defensively.
No one open, having to go for the screen for Aaron Darden's direction, but it falls incomplete and brings up second down and 10. Aaron Darden. He's been an underrated running back, as most of them have called him that. But he's had a really good season, as we stated, averaging 133 rushing yards per game. Will he play a big factor tonight, Christian?
You know, I definitely think they'll definitely rely on them for a lot of the plays.
Wilson to take it. They're going to fake it, dropping back. Looking for options, firing to the outside and off the hands. Curtis Murillo on the coverage, and Ransom couldn't bring it down, and it brings up third down with 10 to go. Under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar, live from J.M. King Memorial Stadium. You're watching the Area Championship on the Eastwood Performance Athletics Network.
Bobcats desperately trying to get a first down conversion and keep their offensive drive alive, try to be ahead on the score.
They are right at midfield. Wilson takes it. Wilson looking, firing past the 40, and they got the first down in the direction of Gavin McCurley, and they've got a Bobcat first down. Gavin McCurley, before coming into the game today, 897 total yards for all of the game, and he's played a big factor more than wide receiver 1, Landon Ransom. With this Trooper defense, Christian, do you have to look towards more wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 more than your starter?
You know, you definitely do, Sebastian, as there's a run up the middle by Aaron Darden.
Darden able to break the hole, and Darden is close to the end zone, but he goes past the 10 and almost to the 5, and just like that, the Byron Nelson Bobcats are threatening points.
See, Sebastian, another thing you have to keep in mind, though, even if the Bobcats do get a score right here, the Troopers will get the ball to try to score again in the second quarter, and they will receive the ball at the end of halftime to start the second half.
A little over 6 minutes, as you pointed to, Christian will get the ball right back even if they do score. The toss, the run into the end zone, he's in. Kurt Ippolito is into the end zone. Touchdown Bobcats. They find themselves on top 2014.
And the trick play worked out for the Bobcats. The Eastwood Troopers didn't see it coming at all.
Well, just like that, Christian, this Bobcat offense is back to scoring points, as many of their opponents know. Up to kick the extra point, looking to make it 3 for 3 is Pierce Dolan, who plays wide receiver and strong safety. Kick is up, kick is good. He is number 10 in point after attempts in Region 1 with 54, and number 9 in total kicking points with 69 before the game. Now you can tack on 3, make the number 72. Christian, with a little under 6 minutes to go, exactly 5 minutes, 55 seconds, how do you play this drive if you're the Eastwood Troopers?
You know, I say you just play it safe, do things that are working for you. Try to play it a bit slower so it runs down the clock, and even if you do give the ball up, it won't give the Bobcats a lot of time to score. As the Troopers know, they will receive the ball at the beginning of the third quarter.
Troopers looking to get points before the end of the half.
And another thing you have to look out for is maybe even another onside kick, as we saw one from the Troopers and one from the Bobcats, neither of them successful.
Christian, with all of these onside kicks, it just really seems like we're playing in Madden on arcade mode. Everybody wants to play offense, but playing defense kind of boring. Byron Nelson off to kick it away, and this time no onside. It'll be taken in by Nate Gomez right over the 30, pushing to the 35. He's going to get past it close to the 40-yard line. Troopers will start off with good field position, you could say.
You know, I definitely do think they're just within their own 40. Good field position, close to midfield. You have 5 minutes and 50 seconds to get something going right here.
Troopers to come out. Evan Macias hasn't made much noise so far. So far, the primary man has been Jace Molden. Curtis Murillo hasn't had as many targets, and he hasn't made as much noise. He had a great regular season, as he put up 17 total touchdowns and over 1,000 yards and 14 receiving touchdowns. But so far, his playoff season hasn't been a very good one.
You know, but you have to keep in mind that these defenses have been covering him really well.
Minhares to take it in. Hand it off. Janowski making a cut to the outside. Janowski taken down right at the 45-yard line. Setting the tempo with that short game, Troopers look to drain clock and make sure they don't go into the locker rooms with a score other than 21. Second down for the Eastwood Troopers. Minhares takes it, looks Chanowski's direction, they're gonna fake it, looking, avoids the tackle, slipping away, he's still on his feet, now fires to the outside, and it's almost intercepted. David Cabongo able to get his fingertips on it, but it falls to the ground and incomplete. Evan Minhares tried to keep that play alive for as long as possible.
You know, definitely two negative outcomes for the Troopers that could have come out there, either with the sack or an interception. Definitely don't want to give up both. Fortunately for them, neither of them happened. As they're trying to get a 3rd down and 7 right here in a crucial spot.
Big 3rd down for the Troopers. Could be a big game time decider. And as a timeout needs to be taken by Byron Nelson. What do they have to be discussing here, as momentum was most likely on their side?
You know, they're just trying to talk strategy, try to see how the Troopers line up, see if anybody's going in motion, just see something. But I guess they're just trying to talk it over and try to get a stop right here.
Little over 5 minutes ago, the Eastwood Troopers looking to convert 3rd down and 7. It seems as though we've had a lot of 3rd down and 7s throughout the game. This one of them. Evan Minhares, how do you handle the pressure of an area championship as a young quarterback, as he is a junior after all?
You just try to not let it get to your head, you know, even though you're in a very big spotlight. You're here for a reason, and that's because you've been performing well and you've been doing amazing things on the field. So I just think you just can't let the pressure get to him.
Minhares so far, he's played solid, he's played well. No turnovers, big factor on the ground game. But that pass, Christian, what could it mean? That was almost intercepted.
You know, it was very risky pass. Maybe should have just thrown it out of bounds, but fortunately for them, no interception, and they keep the ball.
Molden Macias to the right. Carrera and Murillo to the left. 3rd down and 7. Jake Chanowski is in his back. Gonna take it. They're gonna run with Minhares. A possible sign that they're gonna go for it on 4th down if Minhares doesn't get it. But it's more than enough to move the chains. 1st down. Eastwood Troopers right at the 46-yard line in Bobcat territory.
You know, as I said before, they've been stopping the running backs really well. However, I can't say the same thing for Evan Minhares, as multiple times he's been able to get 1st downs and a lot of yards off of scrambling.
Molden now lines up to the left, so does Carrera. Chanowski remains as back. Count it, 1st down and 10, under 5 minutes to go. Macias, the lone man to the right. They're going to take it, they're going to hand it off to the linebacker, also running back, and he is going to be stuffed. Nowhere to go, not for Mancia and not for Chanowski. They can't run the ball, Christian. They've had a big problem going with their backs.
You know, they definitely are, Sebastian. I think they should rely on the passing game a bit more. Even though it will stop the clock if you throw in completions, you just need to get something going offensively before you go into halftime.
Jake Chanowski has been playing most of the snaps in as running back after Max Mancia had a hard time trying to set the tempo. Looking to see if it changes, but Chanowski so far doesn't look like it, as it was a loss of 1. The screen to Murillo. We've seen this, a famous play by the Eastwood Troopers, and Murillo showing what he's got. Pushed past the 1st down. Troopers able to move the chains. Well, Christian, if you want to get Curtis Murillo integrated into the game, you're going to have to do it by the middle. Short pass.
You know, definitely, you just need to get something going for him, get his spark to light up, get it to ignite, and just try to boost him, you know. And fortunately for them, he was able to get the 1st down for the Troopers right there, keep the possession alive.
Jake Chanowski lines up to the left, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Minhares throws, it's complete, but for a short gain. 4 yards gain on the plane brings up 2nd down and 10. Little over 3 minutes to go, time winding down.
Troopers desperately need to get a touchdown right here.
They've had good luck with it, Christian. They've been able to drain clock as that run by Minhares goes past the 30, close to the 25-yard line, around the 26-27.
They still do have 2 timeouts to utilize if they need to.
Down to 27 officially, Christian. Overall, coming into this drive was the goal to maybe drain clock, get a field goal so you can get the ball back in the second half, or just score a touchdown immediately.
I say you just try to score a touchdown. Maybe not immediately. Try to slow it down a bit. Stop the Bobcat defense and just try to get something on offensively. But fortunately for them, it's been working out in their favor.
Minhares is going to take it up the middle. Jake Chanowski giving a block. Jace Molden thinks he got it, but a Bobcat arises with the ball. The question is, did they call the play dead before he got it? It looks like so. Yes, they're going to give the first down to Evan Minhares.
You know, and he was definitely already down after the contact. That could have been a scary sight for the Troopers right there, though.
It'll be a first down for the Eastwood Troopers. Byron Nelson Bobcats, while they've scored a lot of points, they haven't given up that many. The points against has been 164, and they're coming in with a 2-win streak. Again, their only loss coming to number 17 ranked in Texas, South Lake Carroll. Minhares, the screen pass to Janowski, goes for no gain, brings up second down.
The Troopers need to play a bit of hurry up right here as they only have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. As I said before, though, they still do have 2 timeouts. Not using them right here.
Officially under 2 minutes. We stop the clock at 1 minute 30 seconds. Now it starts to launch. Janowski gonna close out the half as the back. Murillo is the lone man to the left. 2 to the right. Minhares is gonna take it. Minhares is gonna get some blocks, some running room, but it's not gonna be enough for the first down, and now brings up a crucial third down. Christian, if you don't get this, what do?
You know, if you don't get it, you just have to stop just try to go for it on 4th down. You need to get a touchdown right here before the quarter ends. Going into halftime, it'll just help out your team so much, and you will get the ball back at the 3rd quarter, so you could possibly be up by 1 score at the end of it.
We're in the home of the Greenwood Rangers, and currently the Troopers look to find the green, what's past the green, but Minhares is not going to get the first. They tried to run it to the outside, but it fails and brings up a crucial 4th down.
Still not using a timeout as there's under 30 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter.
Maybe looking to wind down the clock before kicking a field goal with Jesus Garcia, or before taking a possible shot to the end zone. We'll see. Clock continues to wind. Officially under 13 seconds. It's going to stop at 12. Timeout taken Eastwood Troopers.
You know, so now I'm wondering, Sebastian, if they are going to go to the end zone, because now if you give up an interception, the Bobcats can run down and get another touchdown, and you won't get the ball back at the 2nd quarter.
All right, Christian, but was it a good decision to wind the clock all the way down to the 12-second mark, or should you have left more time?
You know, I think you should have left more time. It would have given you another chance to get a first down, try to run the ball more. But it's the Troopers calling. They're the coaches. They know how to play the game. They're just trying to do whatever they can for their team right now.
Here we go, Christian. Crucial 4th down. Looks like the offense is going to stay out. All right, Christian, 4th down. Do you try to get the touchdown, or you just try for the first? You still have 1 time left to play.
Yeah, but you only have 12 seconds, Sebastian. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough time. Maybe do a little short slant route. Takes up maybe 6 seconds, call timeout, and then go for the end zone. We'll see right here.
Troopers are technically the visitor. From our side, it sure does feel that way, but it doesn't matter because they've still been playing hard. Evan Macias set as a wide receiver, dropping back as Minhares firing to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Not able to convert, and the Byron Nelson Bobcats will get the ball with exactly 6 seconds left. David Kabongo able to cause the pass breakup, and it results in an incompletion and a Trooper turnover.
You know, right here for the Troopers, definitely stay back. Watch out for a deep ball. You know, the Bobcats, they have nothing to lose right now. They're up by 1 score. Definitely looking out for a deep ball right here from the Bobcats.
The Bobcats have 2 timeouts to play. see if they elect to move the ball around or just take me and take it to the second half. So far, Christian, I see 2 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. I don't think they're taking an Eagle C. Wilson takes it. Wilson hands it. Finding a lane is Darden. Darden is past the 35, finding a crease to the 40. Still alive and finally taken down. And that marks 0 on the game clock. We'll head to halftime. 21-14 is your score. The Troopers are set to receive the second half kickoff. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar. Don't go anywhere. More area championship action up next. The song goes as follows. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, but so far for the people in Midland today, it's more like I'm dreaming of a white Thanksgiving, because so far, moisture has started to fall, and that moisture looks a lot like snow. Welcome back to the second half of Area Championship action, live on the Eastwood Performance Athletics Network. Sebastian Perez Navarro alongside Christian Salazar. We get set for the second half. The Troopers will receive, supposedly, because we've seen a lot of we see that. Christian, what you see out of the Troopers in the second half?
You know, in the first half, the Troopers, they started off really strong defensively and offensively. They stopped the Bobcats on their first possession and were able to get a touchdown out of that. However, ever since they got their second score, they've just been going downhill ever since. They can't stop the Bobcats, and they can't get anything going offensively-wise, as they even missed a field goal earlier, too.
The Eastwood Troopers are in the home of the Greenwood Rangers, and so far to end off the first half, they tried to find what was past the green, and that would have been 6 points. They came away with nothing. As you stated, Christian, they didn't get the touchdown. They missed the point after touchdown, and now they find themselves 21-14. They're down by 7, but so far, the way that they've been playing, they can come back from this, and it's not just out of the hands yet.
You know, hopefully they can. It's only a one-possession game. It's very manageable. You still have 2 quarters left of game to play. You just need to get something going. Just try to get a spark to light up and ignite and just do something.
Max Mancia is back in as running back as Evan Minhada sticks to the outside, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Now, for the Byron Nelson Bobcats, this playoff season is also a lot about redemption, because while they did win the area championship last year in 2021, they would go on to lose in the third round regionals to the Geyer Wildcats, and they would lose in the state championship to Westlake at Austin. So in reality, the Byron Nelson Bobcats lost to the runner-up of UIL 6A Division 2. How much does that have to hurt as a team?
You know, it shows that even though you lost to the team, they went on to go to the state championship, so it would have been a tough game overall. But unfortunately for them, they weren't able to come out successful with that. But so far, they're doing good this year. They're trying to repeat the same thing that they did last year, just go even further.
It's not going well for the Eastwood Troopers currently. They find themselves with a third down and long. Max Mancia is starting in at running back. Evan Minhades had no sleeves last week, however, having to change that with most of the offense as well. Christian, I can tell you, the 4 wide receivers out, the running back and the quarterback, all have sleeves on, as well as most of the offensive linemen. That should tell you, it's cold. Minhades drops back, looking toward the outside Calera's direction. He's got it! Leaping grab past the 45, close to the 50-yard line. You can call that catch of the game.
Incredible grab by Michael Carrera. Even with the defensive in his face, he wasn't able to shine away from that and came up with a big first down conversion.
Michael Carrera. He's been quiet so far this season, as that man, Curtis Murillo, has gotten most of the attention as he goes past the first on the screen pass. However, not to be glanced at either. Michael Carrera has 576 yards receiving. He's been a threat, Christian, and we saw that, especially in the first game against the Las Cruces Bulldogs, where he came away with a couple touchdowns.
Yes, he did, Sebastian. He's been doing pretty good things so far this season, as Curtis Murillo takes the ball with the gain of about 1 yard. You know, so far, Sebastian, the run game for the Troopers, it started out strong, but it just hasn't been the same since the first quarter. I think they need to rely a bit more on the passing game to try to get something going and get a score in this possession.
Thanksgiving is a great season for football, and the Troopers look to kick it off with a good game on hands, trailing 21-14 officially under the 10-minute mark here at J.M. King Memorial Stadium. And before we say anything else, we would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving in advance from our family viewers. Evan Minhades loading up, firing deep downfield. Can't come down with this one. One great catch, but can't come down with another, and it results in a third down.
That would have been exactly what the Troopers needed right here. Coming out of halftime, they need to get something going, try to come back in this football game and just try to come out successful overall. Unfortunately for Michael Carrera, he wasn't able to reel it in, but maybe the Troopers can get something right here on 3rd and long.
It was close, Christian, and with pressure in his face, Evan Minhades still being able to keep that ball alive, showing the mobility the young quarterback has. Here comes noise, cowbells, cheerleaders. Can't even hear the other side of the Eastwood student section or the band. And Mancia is going to go backwards. Screen pass falls flat. Minhades couldn't find anyone open, and it brings down a 4th down. Christian, what do you do here? Do you try to go for 4th down and long, or you just punt it away? You still have a lot of game left.
You know, I can't say for certain, Sebastian. However, it looks like the Troopers will go for it. Very risky play. But you have to wonder what the Troopers were thinking right there, throwing a little out route to Max Moncia where you need to get about 7 yards, but they weren't able to do that.
To put it in perspective, they're at the 46-yard line. Janowski's to the right. Minhanes takes it. He's going to drop back. Here comes pressure in his face. Firing to the outside. And a
flag!
Diving deflection made, but a flag flies, Christian, as you pointed out.
Late flag, maybe pass interference or holding.
On the coverage was Nicolas Blevins of the Bobcat defense.
Officials talking it over. We'll get the official call right now.
Christian, what did you see?
Pass interference on the defense. The Troopers will get a first down. Keep the drive alive. Try to get a touchdown. As the Byron Nelson fans are not too happy about that call.
They're not going to be happy. However, Christian, we came in here, and time again, the message was, do not boo for the opposing teams and recognize these young athletes' effort. So far, the fans haven't really been following that message, which just goes to show high school football is still intense at its core.
You know, definitely, Sebastian. Everybody wants to do whatever they can to get the win. Maybe not booing the opposing team, maybe more so booing the officials, but still.
Jake Janowski goes out as a wideout. Molden Murillo on one side. That's the right. Carrera Macias to the left. Minhanes stands alone in the pocket. He's going to take it. He's going to run it up the middle. Now looking for cuts. Minhanes can't break it. Okay, Christian, so he was able to break it early on the first half, but now, start of the second half, he's had some trouble with it.
Yes, Sebastian. The O-line hasn't been doing him any favor, though, as they are collapsing very easily. They're allowing defenders to push through them, which they need to just toughen it out, be strong. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, but you really want to get the win right here and keep your playoff chances alive.
Here we go, Christian, man in motion. That's Carrera. Carrera looking like he's gonna pass. Now trying to find options. Fires Minhanes' direction, and he catches the low pass. Minhanes pass to 30, the 25, the 10, the 5. Going close, hits the pylon.
At the 1 yard line.
So very close, but yet just out of the end zone. But Evan Minhanes showing his mobility.
As we have a hurt player for the Bobcats, you hate to see it no matter what.
Can't see the number from here, but kind of pauses the momentum for the Eastwood Troopers. Injured player on the field. It's acceptable. It happens, Christian, but something you don't want to see, especially to such young athletes. But so far, it'll be a first down and goal for the Eastwood Troopers after the incredible catch by Evan Minhanes. Christian, can you summarize this starting drive for the Eastwood Troopers?
You know, so far they started off kind of slow, didn't really able to get the first down. However, with the lucky penalty as a pass interference, the Troopers were able to get a first down. And with that, they've been doing great things so far. They got it down to the 1 yard line where they're trying to capitalize with the touchdown.
All right, Christian, let's talk about the Bobcats. As we stated beforehand, as the injured player finally able to get up. Great thing for the Bobcats, that's David Cabongo. Now, Christian, for the Bobcats, even though, as we talked about, they came to fruition in 2009, they've only had 2 head coaches in history, that being Brian Pogue and Travis Pride. We'll hit the specifics later, but so far, both of them have been able to make it to the playoffs multiple times. First down and go for the Eastwood Troopers. Minhanes takes it up the middle.
Touchdown.
Did he get in?
Yeah,
Christian,
he got it.
you said it. Easy. Touchdown, Eastwood Troopers. 1 point from tying.
That's just what the Troopers needed right there. Coming out of halftime, it boosts up the momentum, energy. I know I say it a lot, but I just can't stress enough how much it really matters in games like this.
Jesus Garcia, he missed a field goal earlier. See if he can make up for it.
Number 21, Nathan Lopez on the hold.
The kick, the hold, this kick is up, the kick is right down the middle. 21-21, we are tied even. We've had a great game, Christian.
You know, we have very close, very 2 good teams competing, trying to get the area championship win under their belt. They're doing everything in their power to do it. So far, they've both been stopping each other, doing very good offensively, defensively. The Troopers, they could be up right now, 24-21. However, with the missed field goal by Jesus Garcia, it's a tight game right now at 21.
All right, Christian, so there's a lot of questions to ponder before coming into the game. A lot of them being, will the Troopers be able to do what they did last year? Will the Byron Nelson Bobcats be able to show their dominance? But the most important question is the fans being out in the 35-degree cold with what seems to be like snow falling just a little worth it for this game, Christian?
You know, I'm sure it is, Sebastian. It just shows the team how much they really care and how much they're willing to sacrifice just to support their team.
Troopers off to kick it away, and in comes back Jake Wilson. Now, we touched on their head coaches, Brian Polk and Travis Pride, as that kick able to find some wiggle room. Brian Polk served from 2009 to 15, had a combined record of 35-29. Looks like a little scruffle there for the ball. Troopers want a flag, and the Troopers come down with it so far.
As the Byron Nelson fans are not happy about it, as they are yelling.
Boos are ringing out, Christian. I'm pretty sure I saw John Vasquez come down with the ball. But the officials are pointing in the direction of the Byron Nelson side. However, they will point. No clear signal yet. Byron Nelson fans not too happy.
You could say that again.
Aiden Hunt is on field, so while no official call was made, no clear signal, the Byron Nelson Bobcats will have it. Christian, do you think it was down?
You know, I couldn't really tell for sure with the angle that we have right here. Not a lot of things going on that I could see. We saw the scruffle, no flags on that, however.
Jake Wilson, he had 6 touchdowns last week. Looking to get another 3 to maybe make that score even. High snap, run up the gut. Gains solid yardage at the 48-yard line. Christian, if you're the Bobcats, how do you want to handle this drive with under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter? You're tied up.
You know, if you're the Bobcats, Sebastian, just try to come out guns blazing, do whatever you can. You know, they're doing amazing things so far with their wide receivers and their running back, Aaron Darden. You know, they've been doing good so far, and they're trying to continue that streak.
Wilson, he has weapons to play with, and it shows as he is the Dallas area 6A pass leader. Wilson looking to the outside, fires to the inside, and just out of the hands of Landon Ransom. Had a man wide open. There was a big hole in coverage for the Eastwood Troopers. You can't have those mistakes if you're defense.
You definitely can, especially with the tie game right here, Sebastian. It's crucial that you get a score out of this, no matter if it's a touchdown or a field goal, as now it'll be 3rd and 6 where the Bobcats will try to convert the first down.
Lining up, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. The Bobcats have had nothing but success as Brian Polk, who served in 2009-2015, has a combined record of 35-29. He's made the playoffs 3 times as Wilson trying to avoid pressure, able to escape, able to man his ball, gets it to his man, and they're able to go for the first down. Gavin McCurley bringing it down and shows, I'm here and I'm here to ball.
You know, the Troopers almost got an interception on that play too. However, they gave up a lot of yards on that.
The Byron Nelson Bobcats fan are used to success. As we stated, Brian Polk has made the playoffs 3 times. Current head coach Travis Pride from 2016 to the present has made the playoffs 5 times. They're used to winning, Christian, and so far being tied 21-21 with a team from El Paso. A team that not many expected to make far unless you're a local. They're not too happy, but right now, the Trooper fans are, but Jake Wilson escaping, scrimmaging, gets more than what he needs for the first down, turning on the wagon. Jake Wilson, he's showing his greatness so far. He had a slow start, but he's been able to man this drive well, and it shows why. He's been gaining interest from TCU, who is currently ranked number 4 in the college AP football rankings, as well as Ole Miss, currently number 14. What does that show about Jake Wilson as the individual quarterback or player?
It's showing that he's doing incredible things on the field as an amazing quarterback, as the pass is broken up by Curtis Murillo. Good play right there defensively.
Risky pass in the direction of Ransom. Curtis Murillo possibly could have gotten a pick. And Christian, I'm seeing something very unique. If you take a look to the sideline, there's 2 Bobcat players holding signs for their own teammates. Something to look forward to in camaraderie.
As the Byron Nelson fans trying to cheer up their team to try to get a touchdown.
Wilson Set to take it. He does. He's going to hand it up the middle. Thornton is taken down by Jake Chanowski, showing why he's been a great linebacker all year. And before coming into the game, had 57 total tackles. He's amping that number right back up.
And another third down play for the Bobcats where they're looking for a touchdown. The Troopers desperately need to get a stop right here.
A lot of third downs, a lot of key third downs. They've been wish-washed. We've seen a lot of fourth down attempts and also some conversions. Trooper defense looking to come up big. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to fake it. Looking outside, and he brought it down. Bobcats get the lead right back. It's a Byron Nelson touchdown.
Definitely a good catch right there to get the touchdown for the Bobcats. Hard to cover for the Troopers.
Byron Nelson, Bobcat.
Byron Nelson back on top. 27-21 is your score. Jake Wilson, overall good drive.
Darwin on the kick.
As the third quarter is nearing an end with 5 minutes left.
All right, the kick is up. The kick is good. Straight down the middle, count at 28-21, and the Troopers trail by 7. This is an unusual position for most of the Trooper players to be down in a close game. They've usually had the advantage, mostly by blowout, but last week by a slim margin. How do you handle this change of pace?
You know, you just handle it by playing to the best of your ability. Do it, whatever's working for you. Listen to your coaches, listen to their suggestions. You just have to be prepared for anything right now in this situation as you really want to get this win.
Number 67.
The Eastwood Troopers set to receive.
Double kick formation.
All right, Christian, so we touched on the fact that the Troopers are looking to join the 1976 Trooper basketball team as state champions who have been in Eastwood High School. And while they're coming off their best season, and whether they win this game or not, can the junior varsity and the juniors, the underclassmen as a whole, can they be the ones to bring a first state championship in football to Eastwood High School?
You know, maybe they can, Sebastian. We're seeing a lot of promise from quarterback Evan Minjares and running back Max Mancias. Curtis Murillo takes the ball, returning the ball.
That man, Curtis Murillo, is graduating this year, 2023, his last season, and he looks to go out with possibly one more trophy. As Julio Lopez has stated before the bi-district round, 6 trophies in 8 years. Last week he made it 7, and this time he looks to make it 8. But so far the Troopers find themselves down 7 to go, under 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar. You're watching the Area Championship live on the Eastwood Performance Athletics Network.
You know, Sebastian, right here, the Troopers, they need to get something going in the air. The run game hasn't been working in their favor a lot. Curtis Murillo going to the outside.
They're going to go to their secret weapon, Christian Curtis Murillo, and they want unsportsmanlike conduct after that push. Christian, do you think they deserve it?
No, I don't think it is. The man, he's already in motion. It's hard to stop when you're going that fast. Not a lot of contact either. I think it's a good call.
At the 30-yard line.
Minjares with Chanowski to the back. Ooh, late hit on Minjares, but able to get the screen to Curtis Murillo. Curtis Murillo past the 35 and gives himself up. Big hit on Evan Minjares was a little bit too late. We'll never know because the flag never flew.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
As the chains will move, he got the first down.
Getting the first down is Curtis Murillo. Moves the chains. Troopers placed at the 36-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go. Curtis Murillo, this is the most action he's seen in a drive so far. Takes it, he's going to run it up the gut.
Oh!
Here comes pressure, able to slip it. A great tackle, but he's going to go nowhere. Evan Minjares taken down. Great defense showed by the Byron Nelson Bobcats.
As there's a man down, number 10 for the Bobcats. After a big block by Jake Chanowski.
Owen Flores was there to take him down. Liam Scullin was the one with the initial try, but a Jake Chanowski block is what sent him back and is what possibly got him down on the ground. Injury on the field.
Okay.
Christian, how much of a factor is the weather playing in fatigue or maybe even injuries?
It's huge, Sebastian. You know, lots of players, I'm sure they're feeling numbness in all parts of their bodies. Harder to catch the ball, harder to throw. You know, all around, it's just going to be a lot harder for each of the teams to try to get something going.
All right, well, Christian, now, speaking of Byron Nelson, obviously we talked about they found much success, but not only on the football field, but also off of it, as the cheerleading squad who's been loud all night, as we're obviously sitting behind their fan crowd section. They won the UIL 6A Division II Spirit State Championship in the recent back-to-back years. And they've also had numerous people out of their school go pro. That includes Finsley Bizjack, who has gone to a basketball player of Byron Nelson, recently committed to Butler University, located in Indianapolis, Indiana, and is set to play for the Butler Bulldogs once he graduates. Keaton Rogers, volleyball player, committed to Hardin-Simmons University, located in Abilene, Texas, is also state for a big university star. Christian, what does it mean to have a great all-around athletic program and such a young school that's developing athletes that help them go pro on the college level, you could say?
It shows that they're producing amazing things, not only on football, but in other sports too. And the amount that they're able to produce just shows incredible things.
Liam Scullin remains down. Troopers taking a knee in show of respect. Well, Christian, how does this change the momentum of the drive?
You know, it slows a lot of people down no matter what, even if you're offensive or defensive. You know, you hate to see a young kid go down, especially in his senior year, trying to keep his playoff hopes alive. You just hate to see it no matter what.
Liam Scullin has been a big factor for this team with 5.1 tackles per game. He leads the team. But so far he goes down with an injury that looks rough, you could say, on initial thought.
You know, definitely right, Sebastian. I think they're calling to cart him over.
Well, Christian, let's look back on last week as they went ahead and, you can say, dominated Boswell 54-14. Now, that team was the team that lost to the Troopers in last year's area championship, 28-21, which is scary enough, the score that we have here, 28-21. Christian, what does that show by Byron Nelson by beating a team like Boswell in such a handily way?
It shows that they're capable of doing amazing things on the field for football, and they're just trying to do whatever it can to get the win.
Card has to come out, players on the sideline praying for their teammate. Down on the ground, Card have to come out. A gruesome injury for such a young athlete, Liam Scullin, set to graduate, class of 2023. Athletic trainers remain on the field. Teammates from both sidelines, not only the Byron Nelson side, but also the Eastwood Trooper side, showing their respect. Remains down. They've come to a pause, and a stretcher is being pulled onto the field. Not something you want to see, especially in a high school game. Referees, coaches, players, it doesn't matter what side you're on. It doesn't matter which team you root for or what music you play for what school. Everyone is devastated. Stretcher being brought onto the field. Athletic trainers will help Liam Scullin, who remains on the ground. We'll take a quick pause for now while this gets settled. You're watching the Eastwood Performance Athletics Network.
Ball is at their own 46 yards.
Area championship action. Evan Minhares in this Trooper offense facing a second down with 10 to go.
Evan Minhares back at quarterback.
2-2 on both sides. Jake Janowski in at running back. Minhares takes it, looks, fires. That one is screened to Murillo. Murillo trying to find room. Murillo past the 35, past the 40, the 45, pushing towards the 15. It's enough for the Trooper. First down.
Nice screen play to number 1, Curtis Murillo.
Curtis Murillo, Christian, the screen is how they're going to get him involved because this Bobcat offense has shown they can stop him through the air.
You know, I think you're right, Sebastian, and quite frankly, the Trooper running game has not been high. They haven't been performing very well, to say the least. You know, they started out strong, been going downhill since. I think they need to rely more on the passing, get some little screen plays going, and just try to get a spark in the offense.
We'll see what Minhares has in store. So far, he's down by 7. There's under 4 minutes to go. Minhares takes it, flag flies.
False start.
Not the way you want to start off your new set of downs, Christian. First down and 15, and we hear the cowbells ringing, but for the wrong team if you're a Trooper fan.
Offense brings up first and about 15
First down with 15 to go.
for El Paso Eastwood.
Molden, Carrera out to the right, so is Murillo. Lone man far left. Takes it, hands it off, Janowski. Janowski past the 45, fighting to get to the line of scrimmage of the original possession before the penalty. He'll get right there, sets up second down and 10. Makes it a little bit easier with that run.
You know, it definitely does, Sebastian. It makes it more manageable to get the first down and keep the drive alive. Because the Troopers desperately need to get a touchdown right here, as there's only 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter.
Minhares takes the snap. Minhares looking to the outside, firing Murillo's direction. Murillo's got the pass, and he's past the 20 inside the red zone. Trooper first down, and a big pass by junior Evan Minhares.
Exactly what the Troopers needed to keep this drive alive and to march down for a touchdown. Try to make it an even game. Incredible catch and incredible throw by Curtis Murillo and Evan Minhares as the Troopers are trying to hurry up and get a touchdown.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Janowski is in. They're going to hand it off. Yellow flies on the field. Check the call.
Most likely another false start on the Troopers again.
Maybe the excitement getting to them, Christian.
You know, definitely right, Sebastian. After a big play like that, they're excited. They want to hurry up and get a touchdown. But you just have to stay calm, keep collected, and just do whatever you can to help out your team.
At the Byron Nelson 28-yard line.
The Troopers will start at the 28-yard line. Minhares takes it, looking, faking Curtis Murillo's direction. Murillo has got the screen. Murillo making moves past the 20 and able to get past the original line. It'll make it second down with around 9 to go.
And again, another screenplay working in their favor, getting about a gain of 5 yards, 5 or 6.
Good screen by Murillo. That deep shot was really the only deep shot we've seen so far in this game. Murillo's getting more involved as the time passes. And Minhares needs his best weapon out there. Now trying to find wiggle room and gets some. Just out of the 15-yard line, mark it at the 16. And it'll bring up third down with 9 to go. Christian, how do you play this?
You know, you have to throw the ball. The Bobcat defense, their run defense has been incredible. Ever since the start of the second quarter, they haven't been letting the Troopers get anything on the run game. You just have to get passes, do the screen plays. They're working in your favor right now. Just keep doing that.
Carreras out to the right. Minhares takes it, looking, firing. Carreras direction, and that pass is incomplete. Maybe the wind played a factor because it was really off.
There's another false start on the Troopers again. I'm sure offensive line coach Nathan McCage for the Troopers is not too happy about that.
Christian, so with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, the game is getting tight. The game is getting close. You're trailing by 7. You've had a lot of offensive mishaps at the line. You need to fix that.
You do, especially in a one-score game where you're so close to tying it up and you do not want to let the Byron Nelson Bobcats go back down and score another touchdown.
Janowski lined up as back. Roll the clock, says the ref. Carrera out wide. Big third down with 13 to go. Minhares in the pocket, looking, firing to the deep corner of the end zone. It is intercepted. Count it.
Oh, it's
no,
dropped.
Dropped it, incomplete. Looks like he held on to it for a long time. But a close interception goes into an incomplete pass, and the Troopers have one last breath. Big fourth down for the Troopers with 13 to go.
Troopers desperately need this to stay in the game.
Got them molding out right. The noise is piercing. Here comes pressure. Minjares has to get rid of it. Fires to the outside, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. Turnover on downs, and the Bobcats are going to get the ball right back.
No, definitely not what the Troopers needed on offensive. You know, but now you really have to play strong right here as the third quarter is coming to an end. You have 1 minute left. You really need to get a stop right here no matter what.
Christian, just a sloppy drive overall, you could say?
You know, at first it wasn't. It got cut short due to injury. However, they came back. They started off strong with the screen plays. They got a big play with Curtis Murillo, but they couldn't do anything from that.
Here comes Jake Wilson and the Bobcat offense looking to put their team on top by 14. Wilson set to take it. Takes the snap, fakes it, looking, fires that one, screen, able to complete it, tripping up, trying to take him down. However, he'll stay on his feet. That pass complete to Kurt Ippolito. Goes for a solid yardage. Not a first down, but pretty close. Makes a second down and medium. Officially under a minute to go in this third quarter. The Bobcats lead 28-21.
50 seconds left in the third quarter.
Troopers desperately trying to get a stop right here on second down.
They're going to hand it off up the middle to their star runner. That goes for a solid yardage. Aaron Darden able to shave some off. Makes it third down and short. So they're just outside the 30, Christian, right at the 29. It'll be third down with 2 to go. Play clock is officially not on. Wilson takes it. Wilson hands it. High snap. He's going to run with it himself. Wilson trying to get the first, and he got what he needed. Past the 35 and taken down just short of the 40, but the Bobcats able to move the chains.
Wilson on the carryover on the right side.
As the third quarter is coming to an end.
Market end of the third. 28-21 is your score. The Bobcats just got a first down. You're watching the Eastwood Performance Athletics Network. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar. Christian, overall, the Troopers are coming off a very important drive that they failed to capitalize on. How costly is that going to be?
You know, it's going to be very costly. They weren't able to get even a field goal out of it. You know, now the Bobcats, they're up by one possession, trying to make it 2 right here. Get up by 14 points. It's going to be a hard deficit to come back from, as there's an injured player for the Troopers on the field right now.
Byron Nelson.
Can't make out the number.
El Paso Eastwood.
Injured player on the field, athletic trainers having to be on the field. All right, Christian, so as football season has slowly been coming to an end, other sports have started, and they've started with much success. If there's one way we can sum up the start of the season with numerous sports here at Eastwood, it's by saying this: trophies, trophies, trophies. The Eastwood wrestling team took home their first place in the first tournament of the season, titled the Empire Invitational. The girls' varsity basketball squad took home the gold at the Loretto tournament and currently stand 4-0 undefeated. The girls' golf team took first place at the two-step tournament that took place a week ago. What does this prove about Trooper Athletics as a whole?
It's proving that they're doing incredible things, whether it's football or other sports. As the player for the Troopers is able to get back up limping, still can't quite make out a number.
Able to get back up with the help of the athletic trainers. With that, play will continue for the Bobcat. Nelson, offense. In comes Wilson trying to ice it away. The Trooper defense, how do they play this, Christian? Do they play the run or the pass?
You know, I can't really say for sure, Sebastian, as the Bobcats have been relying on both offensively passing and running the ball. You can't really share as there's no running back lined up with Wilson.
Wilson stands alone in the pocket. 3 to the left, 1, 2 to the right. Wilson takes it, looks, fires the screen. That's complete to Ransom. Past the 40, the 45, the 50, and push, but not before getting the first down.
By number 14, Ransom for a Byron Nelson.
Move the chains, Landon Ransom. He's had a good game so far.
He definitely has Sebastian, proving that he can do incredible things, coming up big when his team needs him with the touchdown earlier in the game.
Aaron Darden. He stands at 5'8", but yet he's been making noise as well. Takes a snap. The give, up the gut, trying to move to the outside, gains good yardage. Down close to the first down marker.
And the Troopers just cannot stop this Bobcat offense as they're just proving their dominance right now.
Another first down by Byron Nelson, Christian. Through the ground and through the air, the Troopers just haven't been able to find out the secret formula to stopping them. And now they'll have another first down right at the 40, you can call it. Ball stands at the 40. First down and 10. Byron Nelson Bobcats leading by 7. Wilson takes the snap. That one was high. Handed off. Darden. Darden is to the 35-yard line. Solid yardage of about 5 yards. Now, Christian, if you're the Byron Nelson Bobcats with under 11 minutes to go, how do you want to play this? Do you want to start draining clock at this point, or do you want to make more points on the board?
You know, I say you start draining the clock, running the ball more. You're already up by 1 score. If you make that 2 score, it's going to be very hard for the Troopers to come back. You know, you want to give them as little time as possible if you want the win.
Darden is lined up to the right. Second down. Wilson takes it, hands it off. No, it's a fake. Fires down the middle. It's complete to Kurt Ippolito and counted. It's another Bobcat first down. This short pass has been really getting to them, Christian.
You know, you're right, Sebastian. It's the little plays that are coming in clutch for this Bobcat offense, and the Troopers have no answer for it.
Looking to drain more clock. Now officially under 10 minutes to go. Wilson takes it. Wilson gives it. Darden is trying to find room. Aaron Darden finds some, but not before being stopped by the Eastwood Trooper offense.
Aaron Darden on the carry. Short gain. Brings up second down. And
Hi, Christian. They've been draining lots of clock, but currently 2nd and 9. At this point in the game, Christian, can they afford to even give up a field goal?
You know, they definitely can, Sebastian. You cannot let the Bobcats score at all if you're the Troopers.
2nd down and 9. The rollout. Wilson trying to find someone. Heaves it downfield. He came down with it.
No, he did not. Incomplete.
Incomplete is shown by the ref. It was intended for Gavin McCurley. Looks like it was on target, but just out of the hands. Incomplete pass, and now brings up a crucial 3rd down and 9.
Brings up a 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 for the Byron Nelson Bobcats. If the Troopers ever needed a more important stop, it's now. Wilson set to take it. They snap it. Wilson rolling out, trying to find the play once again. Fires. That one is incomplete. Intended for Drayden Gorman, who stayed really quiet so far. Off the hands. Maybe a little bit underthrown there.
You know, it definitely was, Sebastian. You saw 3 men for the Troopers covering it, as it looks like the Bobcats are going to go for it on 4th and 10, when if they could take a field goal, they'll be up by 2 scores.
Wow. Talk about trying to make a statement. We know it's not to get them off sides, Christian, because I would only give you 5 and we'll make it 4th down and 5.
Set right.
You know, you wonder what the Bobcats are thinking right now, as they're really trusting their offense to make a big play right here.
Under 9 minutes ago, they're going to put what's possibly the game in the hands of Wilson. Wilson dropping back. Oh, he's got time. Fires incomplete. The Troopers come up with a big pass deflection and a big stop, and will put the hands right back in the hands of Evan Minhares.
And keeps the Troopers' playoffs hopes alive, as they desperately need to get a touchdown on this possession right here.
Christian, if you could have asked for a better stop, there would be no better answer than that one. Able to get there. The ball and the possession in the hands of their young quarterback, Evan Minjares. And now, Christian, you got under 9 minutes. What do you have to be feeling as the young junior, being down by 7 in the area championship as a starting quarterback?
You have to feel happy, excited. You can't let the pressure get to you. However, though, you have to treat it as if it's just another football game. Just try to help out your team the most of your ability.
Mancia in motion. They're going to screen it to him, trying to find room past the 30 and pushed out of bounds, but not before getting past the 35. He'll stay right at the 35. That'll make it second down with 1 to go. Great screen pass. It looked at first that maybe it could have gone wrong, but instead goes right. Troopers gain 9.
You know, another thing you have to keep in mind, Sebastian, is that there's about 9 minutes left in the game right now. If the Troopers, they go down, they score, they leave 3 minutes left on the board. That still gives the Bobcats enough time to come back and kick a field goal to win the game. So you really wonder what the strategy is right here.
Murillo's in motion. Murillo trying to get that one last yard, but he's not going to get it. And here comes third down. Christian back-to-back screens. One worked, one didn't. Do you keep it on the ground or do you go through the air in this third down?
You know, I say you just try to run up the gut, try to find a hole in the O-line. It's third and short.
Here we go, Christian. They're going to run it with Minjares. Minjares pushed to the ground, but not before getting the first. Move the chains. Trooper, first down. Runs by Minjares, but Christian, so far 3 plays, they weren't able to chew off 1 minute off the clock. You can say the exact opposite for the Byron Nelson Bobcats. Shows the different types of styles they're playing with. Mancia and Murillo lined up to the left. They're gonna fake it, screen to Murillo. Murillo's gotta make a play. He does, past the 45. No, but he's gonna be close. At the 44-yard line, he had to make a move to evade the defender that was coming, and he did exactly that.
Got about 5 yards on the play, makes it easier to get the first down for the Troopers. Keep the possession alive.
Makes it second down and 5. 7 minutes, under 30 seconds. Jace Molden, after his big first half, hasn't really made noise. This one deep downfield to Murillo. Murillo's got it! Murillo's past the 10, and Murillo's gonna have a big play that sends them inside the red zone. Trooper, first down, and now they're hurrying up to the line.
Awesome job by Evan Minjares to find the open man, Curtis Murillo, to make the catch and keep this possession alive to try the game for the Troopers. Exactly what they needed.
Somebody say cupcakes from Albertson because Curtis Murillo is showing sweet plays of the week all throughout the second half. Evan Minjares had to take it. They're trying to hurry up to the line. Clock is ticking. We are about to be under 7 minutes. Takes the snap. Gonna run it up the gut. Minjares is not gonna gain anything. Yes, he will. He will gain modest yardage. Takes them past the 10 to the 8-yard line. Second down. Big play by Curtis Murillo, but Christian, they need to capitalize on this.
They do, Sebastian, and with 6 minutes left, they need to hurry up and score. So that way, if the Bobcats do get the ball back and they do score, then it'll still give the Troopers enough time to march back to get a field goal or a touchdown to win the game.
The clock says 6 minutes and 29 seconds. Takes the snap. And now going up the good, and he's going to be met with a brick wall. Not able to go anywhere, and now it brings up third. Christian, you've got to go through the air here.
You know, you definitely do, Sebastian. The running game has not been working in your favor at all since the second half started. They can't get anything going on the ground. The air game, though, you can't say the same. They've been doing incredible so far.
Chanowski is lined up as a receiver. Macias is also on the field. He's the man in motion. Minjares stands alone in the pocket. And a low snap. That one's fumbled. Minjares able to get back on it. He's just going to toss it into the end zone. Deep corner meant for Murillo. And it goes out of bounds. Fourth down with under 6 minutes to go. 5 minutes, 48 seconds to be very exact. Back in the end zone, Christian. But let's be honest, that could have been a lot worse for the Troopers.
If it could have ended in a Bobcat takeaways, the Troopers trying to get a touchdown right here. Keep their playoff hopes alive. That's really needed right now.
Looking to a sideline. The opposing sideline making noise, and a timeout has to be taken by the Eastwood Troopers.
You know, you definitely do have to take a timeout here. Talk about what you want to do. You know, you have to talk to your center. Say you can't afford to give up mistakes like that, especially this crucial of a game, this close, down by 1 score, 28-21.
Christian, what do you have to be discussing here before a crucial fourth down that could possibly decide your entire season?
Just talk strategy, Sebastian. You know, you don't want to give up a dumb mistake that results in your playoff hopes being gone.
They're playing for everything. They're playing for a second straight area title. And currently it hangs in the balance, down by 7. Making noise are the Bobcat fans. Troopers have to mount all of that adversity. The youngster Evan Minhares, crucial fourth down. Christian, they say this is how legends are made in tough situations. Let's see what the legend of Evan Minhares has in store for us. Fourth down and 10, 5 minutes, 48 seconds to go. You're down by a touchdown. Murillo's in the game. Murillo in motion. Minhares takes it. He's rolling out. Minhares trying to find anybody. Tosses it into the other side of the end.
Oh!
Molden's open.
He got it!
Somebody say Eastwood touchdown.
Now pass to number 9.
That could have ended horribly for the Troopers. Evan Minhares, he had multiple defenders in his face. Fortunately for him, he was able to find Jace Molden open to get the Trooper touchdown and hopefully tie it up the game with an extra point right here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The tight end that was originally listed as a quarterback. The tight end that played as a quarterback in the blue versus gold football game gets the touchdown that could possibly be the deciding factor to tie it up. Yes, it is. Jesus Garcia's extra point is up and good. The score, 28-28, with 5 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. Big game Molden, because he's proved it last week and he's proven it this week.
He's coming up big in multiple crucial plays. Sebastian, he had a touchdown earlier. He came up with the tip pass in the air and he was able to get the first down for the Troopers in a crucial fourth down. And he's just been doing incredible so far this game.
Jace Molden, an incredible game. But now in comes Jake Wilson to attempt to tie it up. All right, Christian, let's talk about the Byron Nelson Bobcats program. The Bobcats have had numerous alumni to go to big-name schools. This is regarding the football program, such as Texas A&M, SMU, Rice, and even Yale. As in 2014, graduate and football player Anders Huzienga, O-lineman, was brought into Yale. Now, they've also had some players go pro into the National Football League. Byron Nelson has had Kellen Deesh, offensive lineman, graduated Byron Nelson in 2016, went to play on for Texas A&M from 2016 to 2019, then transferred to Arizona State for the 2020-21 season. He would be signed by the Miami Dolphins as an undrafted free agent, and he's currently listed on the Chicago Bears roster. Here we go, 28-28. Jesus Garcia on to kick it away. That one up in the air. They're not going to let him return it. It's going to take a bounce into the back of the end zone. And here comes Wilson.
Just under 6 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Bobcats trying to get a touchdown or a field goal to be up by a score. Troopers looking to get a defensive stop.
Jake Wilson, this will be his last year as the starting quarterback of the Byron Nelson Bobcats, as he is set to graduate. And now in a big game moment, 28-28 we stand. Coming back out are the Bobcat offense. Looking to make a stand is the Trooper defense, especially that man, Curtis Murillo. That's lined up to the left. High snap handed up the middle to the outside and pushing for the first down is Aaron Dornan, and he's going to get it and way more. Looks like they stopped him early, but he kept on trucking and gets even more yardage than what he needed.
First down to move the chains.
5 minutes under 30 seconds to go now. Christian, we know the Byron Nelson Bobcats like to drain clock. Is that the strategy they're going to use here?
You know, I believe it is. They're going to try to march down, run the clock down, timeout, get a field goal, and win the game. The Troopers, they desperately need to get a stop right here.
Wilson looking to his sideline. Wilson takes the snap, They're going to hand it off, up the gut, making the cut to the outside is Darden. Darden attempting to get the midfield, past the 45, the 40, pushing towards the 35 and the 30, and he's going to get another first down with more yardage.
See, here's another thing to keep in mind, though, Sebastian. If the Bobcats, if they score too fast, it still gives the Troopers a chance to come back and get another touchdown and win the game.
Under 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Byron Nelson with the ball.
Troopers looking for a stop right here.
Spot them at the 31-yard line. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. The lone man out is Gavin McCurley, the man who had 5 touchdowns last week and over 180 yards. Handed off up the middle. This time he's going to be met, and he's going to be stopped. The wide receiver, Michael Cardena. He plays defense too, and he makes it known.
And number 22 for El Paso Eastwood.
They brought the safety blitz, and it succeeded. 2nd down and 10.
No gain on the play.
Bobcats discussing with their sideline, wondering what they want to do as the 4th minute comes to an end.
2nd down and 10. Wilson looking to his sideline. Takes a snap. They're going to hand it up the middle again. Aaron Darden. He's had facility making big yardage, finding room for runs, but this time the Trooper D-line has not let him go anywhere.
Making it about 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Bobcats.
Crucial 3rd down. Christian, is this 4th down territory?
You know, I can't say for sure, Sebastian. Even though it's a tie game, if you get a field goal and your defense gets a stop, you still win the game. I'm sure the Bobcats, they want to play it safe, though. I'm thinking if they don't get the 3rd down right here, they will go for it on 4th.
Well, here we go. Jake Wilson takes it. Looking, firing that one rather quickly, and he's going to be stopped by Michael Cardena before he could get to the first
He
down.
didn't get it. No.
Pass was in the
4th
direction
down!
of Drayden Gorman. They're not going to get him the first down. I don't see chains moving. No, Christian. It brings up 4th down and short. And you're up and you're tied. 28-28. We have a little over 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. And they're going to stay on the field to try to make it a first down instead of putting a field goal and putting them up by 3. They want it all and they want it now. Takes it.
They stopped him!
They're going to flag it by the quarterback. They're past the first. Jake Wilson gets the yardage and the first down. Moved the chains and had everybody faked.
They had me faked. Oh my gosh, I thought they stopped him.
2 minutes with 10 seconds on the clock.
Bobcat first down.
It's a Bobcat first down and Christian. Now you have to ponder, are the Troopers going to get the ball back?
On the march.
You know, it's not looking too good for them right now, Sebastian, as it's coming down into the last 2 minutes of the quarter.
First down, new set of downs for the Bobcats and the Jake Wilson-led offense. Wilson takes it. Wilson gives it in Darden's direction. Darden is down. Gains good yardage, puts them past the 15 to the 13-yard line. Past the 13 to the 12 officially.
About 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd with 5 to go.
30 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
1:30 left to go in the 4th quarter.
They're trying to drain clock, Christian. However, 3 to 2 timeouts. The ball in the possession of the Byron Nelson Bobcats. They have 2 timeouts to play with. High snap, looking, firing, corner of the end zone! They got it! Bobcat touchdown!
To number 14.
And the entire Troopers sideline is at a loss for words right now. As right when they thought they got to stop to get the ball back and seal the game, the Bobcats got the first down and they got the touchdown from it.
Mayhem in Midland. The Bobcats are up by 6, but there are still 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the board, and the Troopers have 2 timeouts. It's not over until the final whistle.
Number 13, Gavin McCurley on the hold.
To make the extra.
Kick is up.
Kick is up, kick is good. Up by 7. 35 28. Christian, we talked a lot about pressure throughout this entire season, but right now is the moment to create your story, create your legacy. You've got 1 minute and 3 seconds exactly to play with. You've got 2 timeouts. You've got to go down the field and tie this game.
You know, you definitely do, Sebastian. They need to keep their playoff hopes alive, try to get a touchdown. But then you have to wonder, though, if they do somehow manage to get a touchdown, do you go for 2 and play to win, or do you go for the tie and go into overtime?
35-28. Troopers trail. 1 minute, 3 seconds to go. Minhanes will get the ball right back. You're watching the Eastwood Performance Athletics Network. Sebastian Perez Navarro, Christian Salazar.
Kickers on for Byron Nelson. Number 5 and number 13.
Barring that this is offsides, we've seen that a lot so far from both sides.
And everybody, I'm sure, with butterflies in their stomach right now, pondering what will happen with this game.
Troopers find it, but it's incomplete.
Almost intercepted by the Bobcats, where the
Time. Minhanes floats it Murillo's direction.
out of bounds, it caught
Oh, nice catch.
at about midfield.
He got it. Move the chains. First down. Murillo comes up big time in his senior year. Down by 7.
Saves the timeout too. Now you have 2 timeouts with about 44 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter.
Pass over Eastwood. Oh, he pressed that. Eastwood.
Murillo in motion. Minhanes takes the snap. Minhanes looking deep downfield. Minhanes is going to fire with everything. He's gone. It's incomplete. Intended for Michael Carrera, and no yellow flies. Brings up second down.
38 seconds left. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10. Christian, what has to be the strategy here? Do you need to keep throwing it deep, or with 2 timeouts, can you afford to do some screens and maybe gain some big yardage off the screen, as we saw earlier with Curtis Murillo?
I say just try to do something quick, maybe about 10, 15 yards, get out of bounds, save some clock, saves the timeout where you could go to midfield again if you choose to.
Second down and 10. Minhanes. Mancia offering blocks. Looks, fires. That was short. Call a timeout at midfield. We stop directly at 33 seconds. 35-28 is the score. Now it continues. Under 30 seconds to go. The clock stops after each first down in high school football. That pass in the direction of Evan Macias caught another first down. Troopers, they're at the 31-yard line. Being taken under 20 seconds to go. Minhanes takes it. Minhanes with time. Minhanes firing up. Downfield. Macias a direction. Thrown and incomplete.
13 seconds left to go. Timeout taken by the Byron Nelson Bobcats, talking over the defensive strategy.
Byron Nelson Bobcats take the timeout.
Taken by.
Currently, both teams are in the huddle. $35-28 is your score. We're hearing the screams from the Bobcat section. Second down and 10. Minhanes Mancia back on the field to lead. Both directions, stepping up, looking to run, fires to the end zone, Canada's direction, and it's overthrown, and you've got 7 seconds left. One last timeout to work with. It's 3rd and 10. The ball remains at the 31-yard line. Both teams are in the huddle. Both teams are discussing it over with their coaches, with their staff, and both teams are in the thick of it. Live on the Eastwood Performance.
Under the pressure right now is they're taking it on the top. At about the 31-yard line.
Call it.
Timeout taking it again by the Byron Nelson. You cannot afford to give up a mistake right here if you're the defense.
All right, so just to sum. Got out of the timeout. 7 seconds remain. It's 3rd down and 10. The Eastwood Troopers are down at the 31-yard line. Then Byron Nelson takes a timeout, and we currently are in that timeout. You've missed no plays. Two teams in the huddle. Byron Nelson, as you said, Christian, strategy. But what do you prefer for? Do you prefer for a short pass that can set them up for a better shot at the end zone, or you just go full-on Hail Mary mode?
You know, I say you do a little short pass really quick. Timeout. You'll get closer, easier chance to the end zone.
Here we go, we see them. 3 down deep, 7 seconds remaining. 35-28 is your score. 3rd down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Minhanes stands alone in the pocket. Minhanes takes a snap. Oh, and here comes pressure. Minhanes rolling out. What you can say and what you can call a great Trooper season. 35-28. Byron Nelson are area champions. But the Troopers go out in the season where they went 9-2, finished with 8 wins straight, started a junior as a quarterback, had more juniors than ever before on their roster, and still managed to be by-district champions and share the district championship.
And you know, they're looking to the future. They want to continue it, but props to them for everything that they everybody supporting the
You cannot forget the achievements the Troopers had all throughout the season. They had a great season, and they look forward to next year with numerous other players to come. Thank you for sticking with us throughout the entire season. Thank you to our producers Hector Mas, our scriptwriter Emma Morales. Thank you to executive producers Stephanie Nagarro Rangel and Eric Bernal. And to the names of Sebastian and Perez Navarro and Christian Salazar, we thank you for sticking with us. And for one last time, we're over and out.